Hello friends, I welcome you all on Core Jobs. So today I am going to discuss a very important recruitment driven by BEL. So BEL is Navratna category Central Public Sector Enterprise. Okay, so here you have vacancies for the project engineer as well as for trainee project engineer and trainee engineer. So it is for the location Pune. Okay, so here you can see you have discipline number of post BTech 4 year for project engineer 4 year, mechanical post is 6 and electronics post is 4, and location will be NDA road पाषण पुणे. ओके, सामान्य के लिए यहाँ पर 4 हैं, EWS के लिए 2 हैं और अन्य पिछड़ा वर्ग के लिए यहाँ पर 3 है और SC ST के लिए 2 और 1 है. ठीक है, तो ये इनकी वैकेंसीज़ हैं. अब हम आते हैं कि जो अपर एज है कितनी होनी चाहिए. 32 एज तक यहाँ पर रिक्रूट किया जा रहा है. अब यहाँ पर बोला गया है कि शिक्षा के उपरांत न्यूनतम अनुभव, तो न्यूनतम अनुभव जो है यानी कि पोस्ट क्वालिफिकेशन एक्सपीरियंस मस्ट बी 2 years. ओके, and here code is code is project engineer 1. okay, similarly you have next one trainee engineer. Okay, for trainee engineer you have BTech 4 years course you should have. Okay, and mechanical post is 5, electronics is 3. So mechanical you are so unreserved vacancies are 3 and EWS 1, OBC 2, SC 02. so these are the posts. so mechanical 5 है और electronics 3 है. So maximum is 28 years and there is no experience, so you can apply if you are not experienced here. Trainee engineer. So आयु छूट means age relaxation. Age relaxation will be for SC/ST by 5 years, OBC by 3 years, right? And PWD category having minimum 40% or more get 10 years relaxation. So it will be according to central scheme norms. So here we are going to see salary. So for trainee engineer it is first year 30,000, for second year 35,000, for third year 40,000, and next one is project engineer, first year 40,000 and for second year 45,000, 50,000 for third year and fourth year 55,000 per month. Okay, so I hope you got salary positions. And now qualification must be full-time BTech AICTE approved institute, right? Minimum marks must be 55%, more than 55% for general OBC EWS candidate, and for SC/ST PWD candidates pass class. Okay, SC candidates applying for TE post will be considered at par with UR criteria. This is very important point. Now post qualification experience as on 1/2/2022, minimum 2-year post, and for the mechanical, okay, so experience for mechanical engineering so here mechanical engineering industrial production engineering will not be considered for these posts. So if you are applying for this, you should opt, you should have mechanical engineering course degree, not industrial production, or these are not going to be considered. Now job responsibilities, the candidate may be posted in one of the following area. It is production activity like PPC, assembly, function testing, ATP testing, including environmental testing, customer handling and product support, and quality control activities, development and engineering, right? Material management. So these are the fields where you can be posted. Okay, so mandatory experience, minimum 2 years. Post qualification, it is for project engineer, right? And here for electronics, approved branches: electronics and communication, electronics telecommunication, electronics engineering will not be considered for these posts, right? So job responsibilities: production assembly, test of PCB, functional testing, ATP, and these are right. And support experience is like this. So quality control activities can be your responsibility. Now mandatory experience must minimum 2 years post qualification, work experience in one or more areas mentioned above, right? And electronics, for electrical, one post is there. Electrical electronics engineering will be approved. So now we are moving on. Civil post, there is execution of civil project works, preparation of civil work, drawing, measurement, estimation, billing, quality control work, or on AutoCAD. So minimum 2 years post qualification will be there also. Now responsibilities for trainee engineer. So 5 posts are there, and approved branches: mechanical engineering only. Okay, and the candidate may be posted on the following area: production activity, quality control, development engineering, material management, maintenance activity, etc. So now moving onward, selection procedure. So selection will be through written test and interview at Pune. So you have to go Pune, right? Call letters will be sent to the mail IDs of eligible candidates for attending the written test. Candidates will be shortlisted for interview based on their performance in written test. Date of written test will be intimated by email in due course. So written test consists of objective type multiple choice questions from engineering subjects in a respective discipline, specialization, and general aptitude. Now you can see here the assessment weightage will be 85% of written and 15% for interview. So all candidates who meet the stipulated eligibility criteria shall be called for the written test. A category-wise list will be drawn, and normally in each category candidate in the ratio of 1/5, 1:5. In the order of merit based on the performance in written test shall be called for the interview. If a particular category, the number of eligible candidates are less than a ratio 1:5, all the candidates who have passed in the written test shall be called for the interview. The name of the candidates shortlisted will be announced on the day at a written test. Venue after the written test. The interviews of the candidates shortlisted will be held in the immediate next 2 days after the written test. The candidates may please note it and come prepared accordingly. So if you are giving written test, your result will be announced same day, and after next 2 days you will be called for the interview, and the result will be, they will provide the result as soon as possible. So here in case of university institute following an evaluation system, CGP or letter grade candidates, wherever applicable, it is mandatory for candidate to submit percentage conversion. Certificate issued by university institution and awarded class along with the application. The result of the final selection will be available on BEL website. Provisional appointment order will be issued to the selected candidate by email. Only Indian national need to apply. And here application for the post of project engineer is 500, and for the post of trainee engineer it is 200, to be remitted by DD in favor of BEL payable at Pune is required to be attached along with the application. SCST will be exempted from the payment. So now one candidate can apply for only one post in the application. Candidate employed in government, quasi-government, the public sector undertaking is required to submit the application through proper channel or produce no objection certificate along with the application, without which such a candidate will not be considered for the selection process. Now all out-station candidates called for interview will be reimbursed actual expense incurred on travel to and fro to the place of interview, on the production of receipt or any other supporting document evidence in respect of the onward journey subject to second class AC. The number of posts indicated above may vary based on the actual requirement at the time of selection. Applications that are incomplete, not in the prescribed format, not legible without any required mandate enclosure attachment will be summarily rejected without assigning any reason, and corresponding in regards will be entertained. There will be no separate communication to any candidate on their non-consideration at any stage of selection process. So it is mandatory for the candidate who are already working in any of the units of BEL to send their application through the respective HR. Lateral application of BEL employees for same post is not permitted. Project engineer, trainee engineer officer who is working in one of the units of BEL is not eligible to apply for project engineer officer, trainee engineer officer also within BEL. If applied, the application will be summarily rejected without assigning any reasons. The above opening are for BEL Limited Pune location. However, selected candidate may be required to serve in other locations also if need arises as per company's requirement. Candidates are required to provide their one valid email ID which shall be entered in the application form. Information pertaining in written test interview will be sent to the shortlisted candidate. Okay. BEL reserves the right to debar and candidates at any stage of selection process if the candidature is not found suitable. Now, candidate claiming to be belonging SC/ST, OBC, EWS category are required to submit latest certificate in the prescribed pro forma. Alright, so candidate belonging to OBC category should produce a certificate issued on or after 1/2/21 along with non-creamy layer certificate. Appointment of provisionally selected candidate will be subject to being found medically fit and companies by the company's medical authorities as per medical fitness standard laid down by the company. The candidate who is called to report on selection should get himself or herself medically examined by the civil surgeon, assistant civil surgeon of government hospital, and submit the medical report as per requirement of company. Candidate with relevant disability of not less than 40%. Okay, so it is for PWD, the admission at all. So these are the things which you have to ensure. So please ensure the applicants fulfill all the eligibility criteria as stipulated in the advertisement. In cases of application fails to meet any eligibility criteria stated in the advertisement for the post, so management in this regard would be final. Candidate must go through all instruction and eligibility criteria carefully before submission of application fee. Application fee once paid will not be refunded. Okay, so interested candidates shall apply in the following manner. So there will be stage first and clear, you have to scan, copy, fill application, personal data, Excel as per this. After email as per stage first, you have to email, right? So there are email. candidate meeting the above criteria shall email following documents to contngr1@bel.co.in. Okay. After email, as per stage first, candidates are required to send hard copy of the duly filled in application form and personal data Excel file printout and demand draft along with the following self-assisted photocopies of the document immediately by speed post. So this is address for the speed post. So as to reach it on or before 16/3/2022. Any hard copy application received after 16/3/2022 will not be considered selection process. Envelope shall be superscribed the postcode applied for the sender name. Document to be attached along with application hard copy. Demand draft, original duly ink signed filled in application form, and photocopies that are birth certificate, mark sheet. So these certificates will be required for the application. Okay, so last date is necessary. Last date for receipt of duly completed application along with required documents 16/3/2022. Any application received after this will not be considered selection process. I hope you got all the points which were necessary to fill this. So last date for this is, last date is 16 March, and here you have all the details you can fill here. Thank you so much.